this live. I'm very happy to be here today. I tried to do another live and the thing just didn't work. It kind of froze, so here we are. This is a new live. Hop in if you are watching or if you want to you wanted to join the last one. This is the new one. So welcome. I am Polkis, your life coach, and in this channel is where we talk everything about inner work, personal development. We do anything that has to do with money, inner work, manifestations, abundance, magnetism. And I'm very happy to be sharing today because this topic is very important. We are going to be talking about how to normalize your new level. When we try to go into new levels, when we try to do something big, something different, we always try to kind of like self-sabotage, and we feel not deserving of this new level. And the fastest way to start manifesting more, attracting more, is to normalize this new level that you have. How can we do this? That's the big question, right? So if you are new here, welcome. I invite you to like this video, subscribe, and also check the other videos where we talk about money, manifestations. I have videos in English and in Spanish, so you're welcome to watch whatever language that you want. And today, ladies, I have my coffee here. And okay, the new year is coming. Everything new. We try to make these desires and these wish lists, and at the end of the day, they don't work. Some people accomplish the things they want, and others do not get what they really want. Why is this? Why do we want, or why can't we get the things that we wish we have? The thing is that when we try to manifest something, change something, we only change at that desired level. Maybe we take some action in it, we want this new thing, and we do not embody the new identity. And that's where the two identities clash. The identity that you have right now, it's comfortable with what you have, with what you have created, with what you have manifested. And the identity that you want to become, right? Then, like, if you want to manifest something new, then of course that identity is going to require new different skills, new different beliefs, and we have to normalize that new identity. So let's say that recently you got married, or you got a new job, or you graduated from college, or whatever it is, something new that you did, then that's going to require a different set of skills, a different set of kind of like habits, identities, beliefs, skills for you to normalize a new level. So it's just like when you graduate or you start a new job, you start training at that job, you start kind of like embodying being in that job or in that position. Like if you're a doctor or an engineer or whatever occupation you are working on, you embody that identity. You identify yourself as a doctor, as an engineer, I'm the architect, I'm this. And you embody that archetype, you embody that persona. You start acting like it, you use the lingo, you have a routine, you know what you're supposed to do those things. And when you embody it and practice it every day, that's your new normal. If you notice, like the first 3 months at a new job, besides that you're on probation, trying to see, if you get fully hired or hired full time, those 3 months you're kind of like learning the occupation, the new job, the new position. And many times you might feel that you're not worthy of this position, or that you're not qualified to do this job. So you might feel like some I don't like the word imposter syndrome, but that's what people are using now to describe this feeling. Like the feeling that you're not good enough, or you're not qualified enough, or that you don't have what it takes to do it. So you don't feel worthy of this position. This is an example. And after 3 months, after 6 months, you kind of like gave in, and you start embodying this new position. You went kind of like you overcame those feelings of not feeling worthy, not feeling enough, not feeling smart enough, and now you just embody this new whole thing. After 6 months, it's your new normal, but it took some time, right? So it took a year, 2 years to embody this new thing. When we were students in college, we did not know. For example, I was an engineer and I did not what, yeah, I was studying and stuff, but I didn't know what engineers do like in the office. Like, what are you supposed to do there like for 8 hours? I'm like, I don't know. Because in college, I was just jumping between classes, jumping between labs, going out with my friends. So I didn't know what would it take to be an engineer in an office. And once I graduated and I started working, then that's when I started embodying that identity of an engineer. Like, oh, this is what they do. But the first 6 months, I was not feeling like good enough. Even the first year, I would say, I didn't feel like good enough or smart enough, or other engineers are more advanced. They know more than me. I'm the only Latina here. And all these limiting beliefs started to show up. So it took some time for me to adapt and normalize that new identity, or my new identity as an engineer. But it took some time, and that happens also if you get married, or if you become a fiance, if you go into a relationship, and also when you have a kid, right? You need to start embodying and living like the mom, like embodying the motherhood, the experiences that you're having. So all of these takes time. These are some examples. Now when it comes about manifesting in creating like this wealth, the happiness, the passion, the romance, then you have to normalize it. I see many women that they want a big house, they want to get married, they want the money, they want to be a business owner, they want to create this amazing life for themselves. And once they get a little glimpse of it, or kind of like a little taste of what wealth is, or love, or passion, or romance, or friendships, whatever it is that they want, they don't feel deserving of it. They freak out and they try to do everything to self-sabotage, maybe subconsciously, because maybe consciously we want what we want, right? Like the desires, but subconsciously they feel like not worthy of it. So they have to create drama or create these fights. And it happens to me, oh my God, at the beginning of my marriage. I have come a long way. I will just like argue for nothing, and we have such an amazing relationship. But because I was used to living in a house where like my parents were fighting a lot, I was trying to recreate that because I thought that was normal. And I'm like, no, girl, like we need some inner work. So I got on the inner work journey, and then now I identify in my brain once it's about to, I'm start about when I want to fight about something, I'm like, no, you have it so good that is not, you're not used to that, so you need to normalize it, right? Because we need to normalize the new level fast if we want to keep growing. So there is a beautiful explanation of, I'm going to explain something about container. A container, it's the capacity of how much abundance, romance, passion, love, happiness, joy that you allow yourself to feel. For example, the container, this cup is a container. The container for coffee. How much coffee does it fit? It fits what's here and maybe a little more. And if we try to put more, it will overflow, right? That's the natural thing. So we have containers for love, for abundance, for joy, for happiness, and we do not allow ourselves to hold more or receive more than our container can hold. So if we have like a small container for wealth or money consciousness, or just like limited amounts of money, then that's the container that we have. We need to learn how to stretch it to hold more. I taught a master class, a money master class. I was invited to this event, and there was like an online mastermind. And I had the money side. So I taught the money part of this mastermind. And I gave an explanation there, and I taught these girls that I gave this example of, if you have $500 in your bank account, in your savings account, and you do not touch that, you say you will spend, let's say that you manifest another 500 and you put it in your savings account, but your container is 500. So you cannot see more than 500. You will manifest an illness, your car broke down, or you bought this amazing thing online that now you have to repay it. So you will do whatever it takes to go back to your container, which is $500. So you will create these mysterious things or manifest all these things to go back to where you're comfortable, because your comfort zone is $500. And that can be at different levels. Some people have $100 in their savings accounts. They will not go below, but they will not put $200. And even if they do, they will gonna spend that extra $100 so they can go back to their container of $100. And for some people might be 1,000. For some people might be 10,000 or 100,000 or 1,000,000 in their investing, savings, assets, or their accounts. So we need to be aware and start noticing what sizes of containers we have in the areas, in multiple areas of our life, the abundance, the joy, the money, like what containers, what are the sizes of these containers, and why are we not allowing ourselves to manifest more, to have more money, more joy, more abundance, more sex, more happiness, more money, more friendships, more just joy and love in life, right? We just want to be happy beings. So number one, I want you to start identifying the container. What sizes of containers do you have? For example, a container of happiness. Oh my God, I see girls that the husband takes them, or the boyfriend, fiance takes them to amazing vacations. And they go to that vacation to throw a fight, to throw a fist, to fight over the silliest things, to complain. And because they're not used to being in that level of happiness or container, or being treated that well, or being taken on vacations, that they have to recreate drama. Oh, this is a good one. They have to recreate drama in that situation so they feel comfortable, because their container is not that big to hold that much happiness and abundance, and they have to create drama to be like, oh, see, I knew it, he's not that great, or see, nothing is like, it's too good to be true. That saying, I hate that saying, it's too good to be true, because we're not allowing ourselves to enjoy, to feel happiness. So next time that you go on a road trip or you go on a vacation and you have like a beautiful view, you have this amazing food, try to enjoy and notice when you stop enjoying. When do you want to complain about something? When do you want to fight about something? When did something trigger you or made you feel like annoyed? And that's the container. So let's say that the day one, it was great. By day two in the morning, it was great. By day two in the afternoon, you were like annoyed, trying to fight. Then your container is a whole day, like the night before, the morning, then maybe one day is your container of happiness, because you won't allow your nervous system to enjoy and feel happiness after a whole day, because your nervous system and your subconscious it's telling you like, see, you're having too much fun, watch out, what's wrong, like it's not supposed to be this good, it's too good to be true. So one way is noticing it, right? Like being aware, and of course trying to expand that container. So if you notice that you want to fight at day two, hold it. Is it really necessary? Hold it, journal about it, think about it, process the emotions, dissolve them, and force yourself to enjoy the happiness, to feel happy again, to feel the joy and excitement of the vacation. That way you can expand to maybe another 3 extra hours. And little by little, with time, you are going to start expanding the container. That's the container of happiness. Container of love. Oh my God, how much love are we willing to receive? Oh my God, this speaks to my heart, because I did not grow up with my dad. Like, he was present the first young years, like my early childhood, but then he was always absent, traveling to the US, going back and forth between Guatemala and the US. So I didn't have that like masculine container of love from my dad, and I did not allow people to come too close. And then I moved to the US, I became an engineer, started working. So I never felt that I wanted to let people, or men especially, too close to me because I didn't feel safe. And this container of love was for me, like, it was a challenge, but I had to break those barriers and actually expand the container so I can receive love. And how you can do this is, by nature, you just know that you're worthy of love. You're worthy of being here. You're so manifested to come to this human and physical plane. And by that fact, you're already like worthy of love. You're love. You cannot claim or beg something that you already are. So for me, it was a challenge because I didn't know how to receive love. I didn't know how to open myself to receive love. My container for love was kind of like small, and I didn't know how to receive. So with years, with time, I expanded the container of love. How much love can I receive? Not just from my husband, but from my mom, from friendships, from other people, from like love in general, from life, from my daughter, from the cats, from everything that surrounds me, from God, the universe, my angels, my spiritual guides. How much love I'm willing to receive. And once you become conscious, you can notice what size of container you have for your money, your abundance, your love, your happiness, and the joy. How much permission are you giving yourself to feel those things and to expand the container? So that way you can normalize the new level. If you manifested a marriage, but you don't know how to receive love or how to create abundance, then you need to normalize being married like this year, which is like a month and a half. Because if not, your nervous system is going to try to keep you safe and manifest situations that are not going to be helping your marriage. And you're going to start self-sabotaging because you don't know, you haven't normalized this level of being married. Or if you manifested a new house and you think that you're not worthy of it, and let's say that 6 months pass by, a year pass by, and you don't feel worthy of it, you feel like it's too much, what is this, I don't fit in the neighborhood, whatever limiting beliefs that are coming up, then you need to normalize being a homeowner. And oh my God, I have stories with these because we recently moved to Texas. We're not recently, a year already. But the first home that we had, it was in San Pedro, and it was in California, and it was very like spacious and big. I did not grow up in wealth or in like a nice space. Like we had a humble home back in Guatemala. Excuse me. And having that big space was kind of like a lot to me. So the first 6 months when we were there, excuse me, I did not feel worthy of being in that house. Let me tell you. I was, damn it. I was shy. Bear with me. Of course, this will happen live, right? Let's keep going. I'll drink some water. I don't know what happened. Of course, it will happen live. Doesn't happen when I record. Anyways, I did not feel worthy of being in that house. It was too big. And I only was in one room, the kitchen and my office. That's the space I will use for 6 months. Because I was not used to, see big things, being luxury spaces. I grew up humble, and that was not normal to me. That was not normal. That was not my normal. But it was my normal at that point. And the fact that I didn't accept it, I didn't normalize the level fast. It took me a year. The first 6 months, I was just in my bedroom, the kitchen, and yeah, we'll go to the living room. It was huge. The other 4 bedrooms, the gym, but como un ratoncito, like a little mouse, just like, but it's too big. My eyes couldn't like take it all in. So After 6 months, something awakened in me, and I say, you know what? I need to claim this home. I'm rejecting it. I'm not receiving it. I'm not normalizing this new level. Therefore, I cannot go to the next. I cannot ask for more money, more abundance, a bigger house, if I cannot even contain and enjoy the place that I am. So what I did in the next, month, I started using the whole house. I opened all the rooms. Some, like two of them were closed, so I opened one. We put a bed in there, and I told my husband, I'm gonna take naps in here. So I had a nap room. I made the other one the baby. Well, that was her nursery. We used it on and off, but I started spending more time in it, like playing in it. Um, I put the dining room, it was so luxurious and fancy, and I put like all the chairs, and I decorated, and I will play music, and I will eat breakfast alone and feed the baby next to me in that whole space. For me, it was huge. And I would just take it out and I'm like, this is too big. I feel like it's so big just for one person. But I had to normalize it. I started using the gym every morning. I started like putting music, decorating the place. I didn't decorate that place until 6 months later because I never had a home like that. In Guatemala, I live with my three sisters, and sometimes we share a room. So that level of expansion, it was not in my vision, and I normalize it. And after I started normalizing it, I started receiving more abundance, kind of being more used to those big spaces. And I was able to manifest a house that I actually wanted, which is this one here in Texas. We still have that one over there in California. But you have to normalize the level fast if you want more. So if you just acquire a home and you don't feel comfortable in it, you need to start using it. Maybe there is a room that you haven't allowed yourself to use because it's extra. Well, put a bed in it. Is the guest room, go take naps in it. If you have a beautiful backyard, you better go start drinking your coffee outside. You better start sitting outside, receiving the sun, walking outside, walking on the grass, putting some decorations outside, using all the dineware. I had so many like beautiful gifts that I got for my wedding, and I started opening them. I'm like, one day they're just gonna go on donations if I never open them because it's just gonna be clutter. So I started using all of them. And this is the way that you can start normalizing, like, oh, this is not a big deal. Yeah, I eat alone in a huge dining room. Like, yeah, that's what I do. It's my normal. That's my new normal. And that happened again a year later when we moved to Texas, and this house has 5 bedrooms, a movie theater, a whole cinema upstairs, a whole play or a game area upstairs, pool, basketball court, huge front yard, huge backyard, 5 bedrooms plus my office. And I use every single corner of this house. This time I came in ready. I came in like, you know what? We're gonna normalize this shit fast. I'm not playing this time. And still, I felt that again. So this was a new level. And I felt like I wanted just to like, no, it's bigger. It's twice the size from the other one. Now I have to normalize this again. And I felt a little scared at the beginning, of course, expanding my container of how much abundance and happiness and joy I can feel in a new home, and the identity that comes with it, right? Like, new neighborhood. I'm the youngest one. I'm sure I'm the youngest one, the youngest owner in this neighborhood with my husband. And I always had this belief, I'm Latina, I'm this color girl. None of that. That went out the window. No more limiting beliefs. You're limiting yourself. So here, what I did, I have a nap room. The guest room is a nap room. Sometimes I go and nap in there because I want to feel the house. I want to let the house know and the universe know that I'm happy, that I receive what it has to give me, that I normalize. I watch movies upstairs. I sit outside. I put my feet on the pool. Now it's cold, but even if it's cold, I put the feet in there or warm up the jacuzzi. I take baths. I walk outside, talk to the plants. It's like a sport. It's an extreme sport when you try to normalize the level. But if I never make this my new net level and normalize it, how can I ask for more? Imagine if I keep asking to the universe, now I want a house that has like 3 acres of land, and I want this and I want that, but you haven't normalized what you have. Also, that happens with the things that you don't use. For example, if you bought a designer bag and you don't use it, then you're not normalizing it for having 10. Like, oh, that's not a big deal. I go to HEB, I go to the store to buy these. I go to, like Walmart or Target with my designer bag. I don't care. It's just what I do, is my new normal. And sometimes we don't give permissions to ourselves. We don't give ourselves permission to normalize it because we don't feel worthy of it. We don't feel like we deserve it. We feel like these, we question ourselves if we're worthy of it. We question if we are capable. We start acting weird. We try to self-sabotage. And we need to stop that. If you want to manifest more for next year, you need to start normalizing what you have. Normalizing the ring that you got, the husband that you got, the house that you got, the money that you got. And one way that I normalize it, I teach. I love teaching because when I teach, I share my experience. Last night, I had a discovery call with one of the new clients, and we went deep, and it was a beautiful thing. And I'm so happy because I get to help from my own experience. But if I never overcome or if I never normalize situations, then I can't help because I haven't overcome something. So this new client wants to get married. And thankfully, I had the coaching experience in relationships and also from my own life, like the marriage that I have built, normalizing receiving love and feminine energy and being provided for and having the kid and all of these things. But if I don't normalize it, I can't teach because I haven't embodied it. So when you start embodying it, that's when you normalize your situation. That's when you say, this is my new normal. What are you talking about? This is what I do in a Tuesday morning. I come here teaching cough. I don't know what's happening with my throat lately, but you have to normalize the new thing. If you really want more, you have to do it. You have to make it normal. You have to just know that you're worthy of it, know that you deserve it, know that you get to have it, and act like if you do. Many times we try to act like peasants, Oh my God. Many times I even felt embarrassed of just like the peasantry that I've been in, because I told you I was not raised with wealth. I was not raised with like a loving marriage as parents. I was not raised with loving sisters that really like love me and stuff. And when you come wounded into a marriage like that, you try to recreate those situations in your marriage. And I look around and I'm very happy. I have everything that I want. And still, after many inner work, after many things that I have done, still beliefs show up. And they always show up at different levels. That's why you have to normalize this level. When you go to the next one, new beliefs are going to come. New challenges are going to come. New identity changes are going to come. And then you normalize that one. And then you can keep moving. We always continue to evolve. We always continue growing and learning, but we cannot continue growing if you haven't normalized what you have currently. So for me, it's been a very big expansion, receiving love, managing wealth, manifesting more wealth. Even like my motherhood journey, I had to normalize like, okay, this is what I get to be, feel, and have. And you decide what your experience is going to be. I'm in the process where, I always say, hey, my motherhood gets to be expanding. She's teaching me here. She chose me as her mom. It's fun. She's loving. She's an easy baby. She's a very loving baby. She's a gentle baby. This gets to be fun and easy. And most of the days, hey, it's a bliss. Of course, it's difficult when they get sick or, like challenges as a mom and you're tired sometimes. But I get to decide what my reality is going to be. You get to choose what your reality is going to be as a mom, as a wife, as a business owner, as a stay-at-home mom, as a career woman, as a married woman, as a single woman, but it's up to you. So ladies, that was the message for today. You need to start normalizing what you have right now to manifest more. If you're uncomfortable in nice situations, you need to be aware and expand your container. Don't be the girl fighting on dates, fighting on nice trips, fighting when somebody wants to give you a gift, or fighting when the guys just want to love, just is trying to love you. Come on. There is man that, oh, my husband, oh my God, he just a very loving and patient person. And sometimes when I go through expansions or I grow in my container, I start acting like, oh my God, my container is expanding. Why am I reacting this way? Like acting like a peasant, like overthinking, asking for things, like crying. And then I realized it's a container expansion because we're creating more wealth, doing more things. And of course, I'm going to freak out. But the sooner you normalize it, God, is the sooner you're gonna get to your destination or the journey that you want to live. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.